again. You're labelled as the last of the Busby Babes. It must be fantastic to have that link to the club. Are you proud? Because it's, if I'm right in saying, Matt Busby's last sign-in at Manchester United, like that's a hell of a badge of honour, isn't it?
Well, it was, and to be honest, I mean, I know Lindsay. Lindsay's a lovely man. I know him very, very well. I didn't really know about that side for a number of years while I was at Old Trafford, believe it or not, until I started obviously playing in the side, playing quite regular, that I was actually told that I was Sir Matt's last professional signing. And obviously being under a fantastic manager like him, what he did for the club and the players he brought through and the way he played the game, it was fantastic. And I love that sort of tag now at the moment, that I was his last professional signing. You can't get any better than that for me.
No, not at all. It's a wonderful thing. Something we talk about on the show a lot is the comparison between the Busby Babes and the class of '92. You've got these two great generations that came through the ranks. Do you think we'll see another strong class come through? Because it's about time, don't you think, that, and there's a great youth system there at United.
Well, that's what I said. I mentioned before about cycles, about how these come along, and you get a batch of players that actually come in certain times. And hopefully, as you say, there's some very, very good young players at Manchester United at the minute. And to be fair to Solskjaer, he has brought a lot through onto the team at the moment. And they all look capable of, with experience and with games, they're going to get better. And I think there's a few there, maybe 4 or 5 at the minute, that are really going to be fantastic players. Many, many years at the club, I can see them, if they just keep doing what they're doing at the moment. I think there's a batch there that could come through.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel James is one of them. It's Brandon Williams at the back as well is looking like, not many people talk about Williams, but he's looking really good. And I would even include, I know he's not homegrown, but Wan-Bissaka is a young lad and he's looking solid at the back as well. So, I mean, is there any other names you can add to that, or any advice that you would give any of these young guys?
Well, I mean, you've mentioned Williams there. For me, he's been unbelievable this season, the games he's played. McTominay, for me, has come on leaps and bounds.
True.
He has come on leaps and bounds. And, you know, when I first seen the boy, I'd seen him in the academy teams, and I've watched him, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's got something, but is he going to burst through? And he has really took his chance and grabbed it. And I actually think we missed him when he was injured, McTominay, and he's back in the side now. And he's, you know, you've got little players like, you know, Gomez. You've got other players, Garner. You've got some, you know, players that are looking that they're going to get their chance on their alley. And that's always been the case at United. Age was never a problem. If you're good enough, every manager at the time when I was there threw you in. Take your chance. Can you play in front of 70,000 people? Come on, show me. That's the way it is. And that's how these young players are tested these days, by doing that.
And the thing is, when you're young, you're not frightened of anything, are you? If you're a 16-year-old professional footballer, you're not frightened of 70,000 people, surely.
Well, sometimes you see you get the training player that looks unbelievable in training. He's playing with the boys. He's looking really fantastic. He's doing everything right. Then you throw him out in front of 50, 60, 70,000 people, and some actually can't handle it. Some actually freeze, you know. And I've seen some players in my time even come to the club from another club, and they were fantastic at that other club. Then they come to United, and they don't show that same sort of, I don't know what I can't really say what it is, but there seems to be a little bit of fear, because the expectations at United are so high. Maybe they weren't the same at that other club where they were at.
I mean, it is one of the biggest clubs in the country. And I'm saying that, I'm sitting here as a Newcastle fan, but it is one of the biggest clubs in the country, both historically and at the moment. So you do have to raise your game, don't you, to go and play for Man United, like you said?
Well, as I say, that goes back to some match days. That goes back to them, when the way he played the game, attack, which was fantastic. I mean, you know, every United side I've been in, it's all about, if they score 2, we get 3. That's the way it was. And, you know, and your expectations, Sir Matt always used to say, the little bit I had with Sir Matt was, hey, listen, go and entertain these people, these supporters who have been working all week. They want to go and see a great game, plenty of goals, plenty of excitement. Don't let them down. And, you know, that's fantastic. And, you know, Tommy Docherty was a little bit like that. You know, if you win, you've got to win well. Make sure you go out and entertain. Don't leave anything on the field. Leave it going. They scored 2, we get 3. That was the motto. Go and do that, which was great.
I like that because, like, football does mean a lot to the people of Great Britain, doesn't it? It's a very, very passionate thing that we have, and there's a lot of men and women out there that their week revolves around that game. So if you're watching rubbish football or people that aren't putting in the effort, all of a sudden, you're paying their wages, aren't you? Effectively.
Well, that's right. I mean, people save up. Look at United, like at the moment. United have got support all over the world, all over the country, all over Britain, Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, Scandinavia, everywhere now, Far East, everywhere. And you know what you just said there, they save their money, they book games, they travel for 24, 25 hours, some of them. So they want to be entertained. And the last couple of managers, I'm not talking about Ali, I'm talking about maybe Mourinho and Van Gaal. I don't think the excitement was there. That's my opinion. Even though we won trophies under those 2 managers, I don't think the excitement was there the way it was like in my day and before me. I think the supporters actually realised that as well, that the excitement wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, the difference between Ferguson and Mourinho, Ferguson would love a creative player or like a maverick, like a Cantona or a Ronaldo or someone like that. Whereas Mourinho wanted identikit footballers all the way through. And he didn't want that maverick, that creativity coming where he couldn't control it. Was just my take on things anyway. Just that's not a Man United style of football.
No, not at all. And I totally agree with what you say there. I think under Mourinho, we were organised, don't get me wrong. But if we were winning 1-0, that would be enough for him. That would be enough for him. Where, like Fergie, Sir Matt, Tommy Doc, we would want more goals and entertain the fans. And I think the fans missed that for a couple of seasons.